up, y'all? It's John Master Lee.
And Lulu.
And today, we're going to be exploring the Bellagio, one of the biggest and most extravagant casino resorts here in Las Vegas that just reopened this month.
This is what I missed. You know, when I was here before, you didn't appreciate everything. Everything was just so loud, you just kind of got used to the noise. But now, I'm appreciating the details. Appreciating that. Appreciate that. Appreciate this.
You recognize it? John has it. He's in high school.
Just you and me. It's the way meant to be. I think the guy's name, Chris DeBerg, and I think he wrote it for his wife. He's like saying, my wife is so hot in red, I need to write a song about it. The best I could do is, my wife wears spandex and face masks. That's my song. I don't think it's a chart topper. Sorry, baby.
Let's check it out to see how they are going to handle the mass influx of crowds while also keeping things safe during the pandemic.
Now, the Bellagio, like all casinos in Vegas, has been closed for more than 2 months. It's been a ghost town here along the Vegas Strip. But now that they've reopened, they've implemented a number of different things to try to keep people safe. I think that's what's going to make this particular walking tour so fascinating. I wanted to check out to see what they were doing to try to help curb the spread of this pandemic, by the same time try to bring Vegas back to its glory days. So the first thing we noticed was that they have this thing called mobile check-in. So you basically download the app, and you interact with this code, and in essence, you don't ever actually have to interact with anybody there. You can just use that, check in, and go straight to your room.
That is so convenient.
Very, very convenient. The other thing that they're doing is supposedly they're doing temperature screening at all the different entrances. But quite frankly, we walked around the casino quite a bit in and out of different entrances. And I don't remember ever seeing a temperature screener or any sort of machine or a person checking for that. So I don't know, maybe it's not on all the time. Now, the one thing that they are doing is limiting capacity. So the casino floor right now is about 50% capacity. And what they've done is spaced out all the different chairs. So if you're playing table games or if you're sitting at the slot machine, every other machine and every other chair is going to be empty.
Yeah, so there's still lots of parts of this place that are closed. So the sports betting bar right now, closed as well. Restaurants are closed. Poker room are, oh my God. So you haven't played poker at all?
I didn't want to anyway.
Really? Oh, liar. Look at this.
It's like 5 people at the table now.
No, but this is how they do it. Look at this. They literally make you sit in as if you're a prisoner and you have like 3 minutes to talk with the guest that comes and visits. Exactly. That's right.
But yeah, it's not
That's
a full
it.
table though.
You really can't do anything.
It's like 6 players instead of 9.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Actually, I like that better because honestly, I feel like with 9 players, there's no action. You literally sit there for like forever. I like 6 to me feels about right. But yeah, look at this, dead. All right, well, here's the other thing that's closed, the shows. There are no shows right now. Box office currently closed. For future entertainment questions, they probably want you to go online.
I've seen them sell tickets online for certain shows. You can search.
I feel like it might be closer later in the year because we were going to go to a concert and it got pushed back to like October, and it's still going on.
They had the dates there and everything.
Oh, really?
So amazing. Look at inside.
Yeah,
That is insane.
that's beautiful. All right, let's keep going. Now, the one thing that they are doing is limiting capacity. So the casino floor right now is about 50% capacity. And what they've done is spaced out all the different chairs. So if you're playing table games or if you're sitting at the slot machine, every other machine and every other chair is going to be empty. And hotel itself is at about 30% capacity. So this will effectively limit the number of people that is going to be in the casino at any given time. A great idea. Now, I will say that the crowds, compared to some of the other places we've seen in Vegas already that have reopened, felt actually relatively crowded. Like there were definitely pockets of people that were walking around that made it feel like an average weekday here in Las Vegas. In other words, if you didn't know the pandemic was going on, you would think that
It was just normal.
It was just a normal day.
Right.
In addition, I think the reason why it felt so normal is that the majority of people were not wearing masks. I would say about 80 to 90% of the people were not wearing masks. And they definitely were not practicing.
Social distancing.
That's right.
They're not scared at all, John.
Yeah, I think this is the problem that we're now facing with this nation is that there's been so much mixed messaging in the news that a huge number of people started to believe that this actually isn't that big of a problem and that you don't have to take these kind of precautions. But I do want to say this, y'all, as you're walking around.
Otherwise, my fear is that Vegas goes into lockdown for a second time.
I know. And you know, for a city that has the majority of its revenue driven from tourism and these casinos, a shutdown is devastating for us. So I beg of you, for everyone who comes to Vegas, enjoy this town, but be safe.
Yes, be mindful.
Yes. Now, even though a lot of table games are open, we did notice, as an example, the poker place wasn't open. I did hear that they are open in some casinos, and I thought it was open here too, but it could be that maybe just the time of day that it wasn't open, or they ended up realizing that maybe there's not enough players, or that it was just too dangerous. The other thing you have to be mindful of if you're visiting here right now is that not all restaurants are open. Some, I would say about 50% of the restaurants here in the Bellagio look like they were open. Not sure why some were and why some weren't, but the good news is that for the ones that are open, capacity is limited as well.
That's right. They make sure every other table is open.
I have to say, initially I thought it would look depressing to see a restaurant feeling like it's half empty, but I actually like this extra space quite a bit. And in fact, it made me start to question whether or not Vegas was just too darn crowded before. That they pack people into all these spaces, and that's why everything feels so noisy and so congested. I like this extra spacing.
And another thing too, John, most shops are closed right now.
Yeah, that's the one thing that, well, quite frankly, we don't shop on the Strip because they're way overpriced shops. But we do love window shopping. We do love strolling around. And while you can still technically window shop. That's all you're doing. You can't walk into any of the stores to see the goods. So good for my wallet, not so great for shopping, not so great for the economy. Not sure when stores are going to reopen up at this point. But I will say the one thing that we're most happy about seeing is the reopened Bellagio fountains.
Ooh.
Just seeing the sights, the lights, hearing the thunderous boom of the fountains when it's shooting water up into the sky. I forgot how beautiful it was.
It feels really good.
It was. It just felt like, you know what it felt? It felt like 4th of July, that kind of energy where you have music playing, a show, and a big thunderous boom of the fireworks above. It felt like that. It felt like a holiday on the Strip again. One thing's for certain, we will not be taking Vegas for granted anymore.
No more, John.
No more.
We wasted a year.
That's right. We live here in Vegas and we didn't get to partake enough of the Vegas lifestyle. And for everyone to come to visit,
We welcome you.
We simply ask that you respect social distancing and wear a mask. We're hearing way too many stories of crowded social gatherings where one person affects a dozen people.
Oh my God, look! Hand washing station. That's a brilliant idea. Let's go wash our hands.
And please realize that even if you're young and healthy, the issue isn't just about you getting sick. It's about you becoming a carrier, spreading to your friends and family and neighbors when you go back home. Remember, what happens in Vegas
Stays in Vegas.
That's right. All right, y'all. Thanks for coming to visit our hometown, the City of Sin.
If you like this kind of video, please comment down below and make sure you subscribe to our channel.